I'm at Data Center Dynamics London 2013 and I'm with Kevin Brown, Vice President of Data Center Offer for Schneider Electric. Kevin, should people deploying prefabricated data center solutions anticipate lower costs?
Well, it's a very interesting question and a very complex one. So the reality is that if you take into account the entire construction cost of a data center and doing that in a traditional stick-built way versus a prefabricated way, in almost all cases, our analysis shows that you should save some money going prefabricated. The challenge we have is that you have to account for the total installed cost, and that includes all of the installation costs, site work, and what have you for the data center build. And many customers do not know how to account for all of that. And that's one of the reasons we're investing in tools in order to help people understand these, the dynamics and the trade-offs between a traditional build versus a prefabricated build to help educate the market on how do I compare those two.
Kevin, how do prefabricated data center solutions reduce the life cycle costs of a data center deployment?
Well, what we're finding is that when we are talking to customers about prefabricating their data center, first of all, it's much easier to plan the design. It's much easier to visualize how I might be able to have an agile solution that can adapt over the lifetime of the data center and not be locked into something I decided today. Secondly, the design phase goes much easier and the build phase goes much easier. But more importantly, because now I've got standard blocks, it actually becomes much easier to train and train people to operate the data center. And therefore, if you look over the whole life cycle, it's a much simpler process and therefore less expensive and much more efficient.